Hi there. I am running late today. Wow, I have been slow this morning. And so, I know, I just kind of dried it and ran. I even took time to have breakfast this morning because I was so hungry. No reason, but I was. So, anyway, I hope you all are well. Thank you for being here. My name is Holly. I'm a psychic medium. Thank you for watching. And if so inclined, please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you're even entertained a little bit, hopefully. Sometimes messages I feel like that's something that I need to talk about, just messages in general, because a lot of people see practitioners for private readings, or if you are one and you give them, one of the things that I always had to remind clients is that just because it doesn't resonate at this moment doesn't mean that it won't, at some point in the future. We're pulling off energy waves and currents and vibes, and if we get a hit on something, we don't want to alter it to fit what someone wants to hear, but just let them know what we get, and then they can choose to do with the information what they will. And more often than not, some people they just go on about their lives, whatever, it's a fluke. But most of the time, most of them will come back and say, hey, that made sense later, or that happened later, or blah, 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 blah. So, sometimes and this is, I kept asking for the theme for today. I think I got it. This is it. Thank you, Spirit. When we're in the middle of something, when we're in the thick of a situation, it's hard to think clearly, and it's hard to think rationally, and our heartstrings are being pulled, emotions are running high, anxiety is high. It's important to take a deep breath, step back, give yourself a minute to breathe, and then focus on trying to find the answers that will best serve you in your life. Okay, we all are here and we want to be of service to Spirit, but to do that, we also have to make sure that our best interests are being served too. And that's not selfish. I mean, it's not like you're taking the last slice of bread on the planet and taking it out of the mouth of someone else, instead of sharing. That was weird. Okay. But it's just, it's okay to have an expectation for yourself and express that, feel it, believe it, and hold it as truth, that's what you want, and that's, what you deserve. Okay. So that was a message. That was the first message of the reading, I guess. That was for someone. And this is a general reading, so please understand that. This is a general reading, and it can't fit for everyone, but if pieces of it or parts of it resonate, great. All right? So check out this one. Happy Camper. Woo woo. And on the back, it has a bunch of little, camping scenes and things. Sorry about the glare. Happy Camper. I just thought it was so cute. And, of course, it was on sale. I actually went to the pet store, not to get another pet, thank you. And all of mine came from shelters, or I found them in parking lots or whatever. But, seriously. But I had to get some things that I had to get there. And I didn't know they had mugs. And they had this one, and it was on sale. So I'm like, it's mine. I love coffee so much. All right, let's get into the messages. And thank you for all your wonderful comments. I'm going to respond to them after I finish this video. Yesterday, I was just moving from the word go. I was just on the move from the word go. All right, so let's start with the Light Seers Tarot. This is the pocket version. And I feel like Archangel Gabrielle, some people say Gabriel, but I like Gabrielle, and I feel like she is nearby, and she is listening. And so I'm asking for messages, inspiration, images, thoughts, words, whatever it is for the collective today. This one came out, the Star card. So someone's about to get a wish. Wishing upon that star. but that silver cord is attached. So her higher self is getting involved. It's something divinely inspired. All right. So we're just going to leave that out to the side. That's a beautiful card. All right. All right. And they are flying today. There we go. That's plenty. All right. Okay, so we got our star card. Alrighty. And then we have the Two of Wands, the Hanged Man. Oh, Queen of Pentacles. The King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. All right, let me show it to you. All right, so you already saw this one. Star card. Let me put my glasses on. Yeah, card 17. All right, yeah. All right, Two of Wands. Huh. She's got a globe. This is the first time I've seen this part of it. She's got a globe. It looks like a piece of paper or a map and a picture of a VW bus van. So she wants to travel. She's yearning for other places. If we can't do it physically, we can always travel in our minds. I know that sounds weird, but this one feels different. This person, okay, that makes sense to me now. This person has a rich interior landscape. So this person has a very rich interior landscape. And they sit in this beautiful space that's bright and light and airy, but they're not living. They're not living. All right, let's see what else we've got. The Hanged Man. This one's been coming up a lot. It's kind of that, I always like to call this one the Cirque du Soleil performer. It's a she, and she can easily get down from there if she wants. And her third eye is absolutely exploding with light. She is controlling, what I just heard was she is controlling the seas. She is controlling the water. She's almost like an alchemist. Huh. All right, they're giving me little bits and pieces, but I'm not putting it all together yet, so bear with me, folks. All right. Change. Whomever this is, they're getting ready to make some big sweeping changes. The Queen of Pentacles, coming into strength, coming into power. Look at that sense of assuredness. She knows who she is. She knows who she is. Okay? Yeah. And she's also reaching out into nature and pulling in and manifesting through the natural world. You know, with those branches around her turban, I just thought of the Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas cartoon with little Cindy Lou Who. It's like little Cindy Lou Who grew up and became a powerful individual. Oh, and they're showing me the heart, because she was the one that was able to turn a heart of stone into something so big it nearly burst, with love, joy, and pride. All these changes will come from a place of love. All right, and then we have the King of Swords. Man, that's a dashing king. Look at that. And look at all the things around him. Look at all the animals. Owl, bat, crow, dragonfly. What else is in there? Well, I don't know. But, again, the natural world. It's almost like they are there to support him and be companions. But if I get the feeling he's the kind of king that if he wanted to, he would say, go do this, go give that message. So he's trying to send messages. I wonder if he's trying to send messages telepathically. I wonder if he's trying to send messages. Interesting. We're going to come back to that. And he's looking at the Queen. And she's like, whatever. Don't have time for you today. This is an odd story. It almost feels like the evolution, because that's what I'm hearing. Those are the words I'm getting. It's like this is the evolution of someone's sense of self-worth that blossomed and grew out of a relationship that was one-sided. But then by the time the one half of the equation kind of figures it out, it's too late. When the trust is broken, this person would have gone anywhere or done anything for that king. Male, female, they're just energies. But then she realized she had the power of alchemy. She had the power of change. She had the power within her. And that's when she became fully the queen. And he felt it. So he's starting to send out all the messages on the airways. It's just, she's not going to bite. Because she knows what she's worth. Wow, this is intense. This is some intense stuff. But it all started with a wish fulfilled. So, this was the calling card. This was the opening for the whole thing. And it is somewhat separate. So we're still going to come back to that in a minute. We end on the Ace of Pentacles. And this is someone who is standing on one leg with really good balance. It's almost like a mandala. And she's standing on almost the reflection underneath her feet. That kind of as above, so below, as within, as without. All things coming full circle, all things balance. That's what I'm hearing. Balance and prosperity of the mind, body, and soul. So this could be financial prosperity, but this is also prosperity of fulfillment in spirit. So, based on this, all right, Spirit, come on in. Well, you've been here and you've been feeding me this stuff, so thank you for that. So let's come back to the star. And what does it mean? It means that she's going to do something, or he, or whomever, but the person on this end of it. They're about to do something I'm hearing the word magnificent. If you have a dream that you have yet to fulfill, or one that you just consider like the pipe dream, now is the time to really look at it and decide what would it take to put it into practice. For some of you, I feel like there's someone in the performing arts, or someone who wants to be an artist, a performing artist, a musician. No, maybe not musician, but there's someone in the performing arts, I think. And younger than me, which is almost everybody at this point. Don't be afraid, and this came up once before, don't be afraid to go on the audition. Your time is here. It is the right time to try. If you wait much longer, the types of things that you can audition for or apply for will change. We don't communicate, but it was somebody that I was friends with, but you know how life is. You just drift, people move, whatever. But this was someone who had several incarnations in one incarnation. You know what I mean? I did a little bit of this, did a little bit of that, was never quite settled and grounded in the soul-satisfying work, of being what you do. And then he started painting, and who knew? He was incredibly gifted. He is now in galleries. He is selling paintings that are, I mean, I thought years and years ago, I thought, oh, well, I want to go and be supportive and I love the work. I couldn't afford it, you know? And it just comes from this person's true, deep love of the subjects. And just an innate ability that no one knew he had. And someone had to suggest, hey, why don't you try doing this? You seem to have a good eye for things. So that's the message. If you wait, you'll never know. So go ahead and try. I feel like this is the time. And if it doesn't work out the first time, it may be because it's not the right one, but it opens the door and it gets that energy flowing. And that's part of manifestation. You have to be, if you keep saying, oh no, I can't do that. Oh no, I can't do that. You're shutting every door Spirit shows you in front of you. So even if you open one and it doesn't work, you've opened it, and that energy and that vibe goes out into the universe. It's like, I'm ready to see some more doors. And some of them will work and some of them won't. But again, it's the living, and it's the act of being, doing, and trying. That's really and truly, I think, what life is about. Spirit liked that, and they're saying, yeah, finally, you get it. Thanks. Love y'all too. They really are wonderful. All right. I'm going to pull a card from the energy. Because I can hear someone saying, well, what about the person who kind of left floundering and trying to send stuff telepathically and kind of not, because I got a little weird pinch right here. What I'm getting from that side of things, it still feels like a game. It still feels like someone playing chess and moving the pieces. Winning is the objective, not... It's just that, it's more about winning than what's really going on. And I think if they do some soul searching, they'll see that. There will be a day and a time, and it's not too long it's in the near future, I think, where the individual I'm picking up on the other side of that, who's... I have to question the motivations because it does still feel like a game for that person. And so for anyone out there dealing with this, I'm so sorry. I've been there, trust me, and it's not pleasant. And it takes a lot to unentangle yourself from that kind of taffy-like pull, okay? But you can do it. You can do it. And it's by focusing on yourself. But that person, they're going to have an aha moment. They're going to have an epiphanal moment where, give me the words because I want to make sure I get this right. Should they choose, that's funny, should they choose to accept the mission? It's like something from a movie. But it's true. Should they choose to really do the growth and the internal work and I got it, thank you. If this person chooses to make themselves vulnerable, and that doesn't mean weak, that doesn't mean being walked on, no. But it means truly, genuinely letting your guard down, and it can be in the safety of your own space with no one around, but being honest and truthful with yourself. Then that person might have a chance of something genuine, but man, it's gonna take some work because and it's not anything you can say, well, I can help, I can fix, I can change. No, you can't. No, you can't. People have to want to do things for themselves or it's meaningless and it's not real. So this person, I think, will have that moment of clarity. Now, whether they stay in that moment and then work from there, or they just go right back to the old game playing, that's free will. And we all have it. All right, so let's move on. The Sandra Ann Taylor Energy Oracle deck. All right, I'm getting tongue-tied, which means I need some Happy Camper coffee, blah, 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 whatever. All right, here we go. And a 1, and a 2, and a... No, where that came from either. That's because there's a spirit here. He feels like he would have been on the Lawrence Welk show as a musician or something. This is someone's. It would have been a grandfather or a great uncle. It's kind of like in the line, but then over. So maybe grandparents, brother, or if it was a parent's brother, it was somebody who was like 20 years older than them, so there was a massive age difference. This person was a performer and a musician, but did like man, this goes back a little bit. Kind of, it feels like the big band kind of stuff. Yeah, his heyday was like during Lawrence Welk, so I think it was the 60s, and never married. I think it wasn't safe for him to completely be who he was, so he couldn't come out. But he would have been such a good dad, and he was a great uncle. He would he would bring little treats and candies and things from his travels to his grand niece and nephew. I feel like there's a grand nephew. And he sees a lot of himself in this person who's still living. Or maybe that person's kid. It could even be that person's kid. The grandnephew's child. Oh, I think that's it. Ooh, that was a roundabout family tree. He's saying, well, okay, well, first, can we get a little more information about you? Where were you? Nebraska? Okay, the Lawrence Welk thing is for real. That might actually be a real connection. I'm hearing Nebraska. He did some work there and lived there. He stayed there for a little while. But he traveled around the country as a musician. He was in some dicey situations he didn't tell people about because I think people were not very kind to him sometimes. There's something about a train with him, like a train track, traveling by train. He was a little bit older. He was late middle aged when he did, over middle aged, because people say, oh, you're middle aged, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna live well over 100, so no, I'm not middle aged, I'm well over middle aged. And I think so he was about the same. He was in his late 50s, early 60s. And then he was a smoker. And I think he was starting to develop problems with his lungs. And he was coughing a lot, but he wasn't a singer, he was a musician. And he realized it was affecting some of his stamina and work he could do. However, he still kept doing it. He's not standing really close to me, so I'm having to pulling teeth, to get the information. What is your name, Walter? Just bing, like that. It was Walter or something like Walt he went by, but there was a W for sure. And he said, a lot of people called me a Weisenheimer. All right, haven't heard that word in a really long time. Oh, he's standing really close now. Okay, thank you, Walter. Walter. I don't know, I feel like there's a Germanic aspect here. Dutch, maybe. I don't know, but there's something. Anyway, so this guy, what is the message? What are you here for? Because it took a little while to get. And he's fine. He comes and goes from both sides because he likes to stay in the incarnation he was last in, but he also is free to be on the other side. He's transitioned, but he just kind of likes to hang out here and watch what's evolving and the things that are happening. He wants to encourage his great nephew or great grandnephew. I don't know how that works, but I didn't think it was a great grandnephew. I don't know. That doesn't sound like an actual thing to me, but maybe it is. But he's saying, be true to who you are. Understand there is a hereditary link. Your creativity and who you are as a person and a being is such a big part of your personality that it's something to treasure, because it's what gives you your ability to be in tune and connect with others. He is staying very close, and he wants you to expand, reach out, and try. He said, what is the worst thing that could happen is that you fail or you hear no. But that won't happen every time. All it takes is one time to get where you want to go. He's comparing it to that train again. Like the schedule may be off. The train schedule may be off. You could miss 5 trains and get frustrated and not think you're going to get where you want to go. But all you have to do is step on the right one at the right time, and it's easy peasy from there. He's saying we make life too hard, and it doesn't have to be. The things that we think are hard are meaningless once we cross over. He is welling with pride. He has so much pride, and he had started to harden his heart a little bit. And I think that's where that, the Cindy Lou Who and Grinch imagery was also kind of coming from. But he's saying that one, he knows it's hard not to be afraid, but don't be afraid. And he's saying this is for everyone. Don't be afraid. Know what you're walking into as much as possible. And of course, have a contingency plan. Have an exit strategy. Sounds like me now. But don't be afraid. And enjoy your life. The worst you can hear is no. And maybe that was not something meant for you anyway. The next thing, you might hear a yes, and it changes your life for the better. He said, that's it. Thank you, Walter. Even though he traveled and toured doing more of the big band, what would have been considered the upbeat pop kind of music of the day, he actually was starting to get into that, what was considered the subculture of the beginnings of the beatnik jazz, even though he did not look or fit the profile, and he was a little bit older for it. But he was like, he's going to go have a session with his other, beatnik friends, and they're going to play some jazz. How funny is that? Man, a movie could be made out of this guy's life. Thank you, Walter. Oh, he just gave me a pat on the back. What a wonderful man. Okay. All right. Well, I hope that resonates, or you know who it's for, or whomever sees this, it's for you, because it's a wonderful message. You have so much to offer. Door to personal healing and happiness just flew out. What was it, that thing about asking Spirit to show us the door and we'll walk through it? Gosh, it makes me feel all weepy, like I want to cry. Well, it's a wonderful feeling, though. All right, I don't think I have to do anything else. I think that's it. Action, opened it up to the center with action, and of course, beautiful horses. So thought is just thought without action. Oh, these kind of just landed. I'm going to go ahead and take it, just because I think it relates to if someone is still kind of struggling or has a question about the earlier reading about the relationship and the person who's, quite frankly, I just don't think they get it yet. They're still game plan. This kind of confirms that too. A broken heart, but look at her. Appreciation, and she's standing in a rose garden. Yeah, she's got her little tissue, but you know what? She is surrounded by beauty. She chooses to live here, not here. And that's a personal choice that everyone has to make. All right, so, well, I thought it was finished, but now they're saying do one of these. So the old style Lenormand. So, okay, what is the message for this? We need, it's a rounding out. It's, okay, so this is going to be a message that will round out. So basically, all the messages today came down to fear. Fear of change, fear of being alone, fear of not being good enough, fear of failure. So what is the message? Oh, you know, I love that phrase, feel the fear but do it anyway. I always like to say, feel the fear, do it anyway, throw up later. You know, in the privacy of your own space because you're so nauseous. But you know, eventually, things that you never thought you could do, you end up doing. You just have to keep telling yourself and telling the universe, thank you, I know I can. All right, so what is the culminating message? Because something, they're waiting, they want to, okay, Spirit wants to communicate something through this deck, and I don't know what. All right, well, come on. What do we got? Nothing's coming out. Stop. Look on the bottom of that. Okay. Key. Going back to that symbolism about doors, you have the key. You have the key to open the door. Anything else? This? Bouquet. There's a big gift waiting for you on the other side of that door. You have the key to open the door. Ask Spirit. Yeah. You have the key to open the... Ah! Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. All right. Woo, head spin. That's a weird angle. All right. Oh, and this one just flipped upside down. Sun. How you like that? We're going to keep it. All right, so when we ask Spirit, Spirit, I am ready, I am ready, I am ready. Show me the doors and I will walk through them. Show me the doors and I will walk through them. Support me, guide me, and help me to know what to do. Thank you. You got the key to open that door. There's going to be a huge gift, confirming it. There's going to be huge prosperity, gifts, beauty, offers once you walk through that door. But you got to do the work. You got to believe in yourself for just long enough to at least do it. And remember, if you get a no the first time, because I feel like there's going to be a no the first time, it's because it wasn't the right thing, but it gets you, you got to practice. Okay? And sometimes it's just practice to get you to the yes you need. And then we end with the sun. Beautiful, bright, warming sun. So thank you. This is beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. For any of you that may have been caught up in these really massive storms that we're moving through in the middle of this country, there's something called Tornado Alley. And the storms were pretty horrendous yesterday and last night. So for anyone caught in the path, I am wishing you well. I'm wishing you peace, and I'm wishing you safety. All right, everybody. I love you. Be well and be a happy camper. How cute. I know. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.